So hemorrhoids is skyrocketing amongst the youth. That's what I read.
Okay.
I read that a lot of the youth are dealing with hemorrhoids.
Yeah, it's probably, straining from all of that 3D printed meat.
Where'd you get that from, Nate?
Y'all don't know about the printed meat?
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Y'all don't know about I
don't even have a printer.
They you guys don't know about this?
No.
They're growing meat in a lab. Like they're making meat from labs from like.
Oh.
Y'all don't know this?
No, why you never told us? You sit here every week.
From McDonald's and Wendy's and stuff like that.
Processing.
Yeah, you go to a restaurant.
They've been doing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's what you think it is.
Yeah, they have hemorrhoids because all of this 3D printed meat.
Okay, that's actually not it. But that was a great guess.
Okay.
I appreciate you participating.
Well, it's not anal, is it?
It's not that either.
Are you considered?
No, let her keep guessing. Because if anal was second, imagine was third. Go ahead.
You still consider yourself in that group, the youth group?
No.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely.
Oh, you passed it?
That's why I'm talking about it, because I'm safe. But, no, I'm going to... Do you have any more guesses before I tell you why?
No, go ahead.
Okay. The reason is because they are sitting on the toilets and they're on their phones. So they're sitting on the toilets too long. So I just want to let you know, if you are a part of the youth, that's not your phone's fault. That's your fault. Get your ass off the toilet.
Well, how long do you sit on the toilet?
For the least amount of time humanly possible.
You sure?
Okay.
I'm positive. When I'm on the toilet that long, that is not by choice. That's not because I'm just scrolling and I found a really good story.
Okay,
that's because I'm fighting for my life. Okay.
Okay, producer, do you sit and scroll?
When I'm at my mom's house, yeah.
Okay, but okay. So generally at home, you don't sit and scroll.
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you do this?
Yeah.
Why? And you're not even a part of the youth. Why? Get off the toilet.
Well, because, sometimes I just need a minute to relax. Whenever I can make my way to a toilet after living in my car, I want to just be able to sit and relax in air conditioning.
That's your place of comfort.
Air conditioning, a little bit of shopping music.
When you're on the toilet, that's like the best part of your day. It's the complete opposite for me. We have two very different toilet experiences. I hate when I have to go to the bathroom. I get annoyed.
Really?
Like, again? Yeah, I don't want to sit in there. I try to get in and out of the bathroom. And especially when I got to go to the bathroom like that. I get in there, I'm butt naked, and then I'm out of there as soon as possible. Yes, I know. I always go through this when I tell people this. Butt naked. You heard me. Yes, that's the only way to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
If you go to the bathroom with clothes on in your home, of course. I'm talking about in public. In your home, though. I don't understand that. That's wild to me.
Okay.
You just walking around with shit in your clothes all day. Take your clothes off. Go in there, get comfortable. You might get one story out of it. If you 2-3 stories in on the toilet, you still scrolling, you sitting there laughing and giggling and like you doing all that on the toilet? Well, you're doing too much. Yes, you're doing too much. Get off the toilet. What are y'all doing? And I know it's some people that's in relationships. And that's why it's the best part of their day. Because that's the only place their spouse don't follow them. Or their kids. I'm
Kids
serious.
follow you in there.
Sometimes they will, yeah.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
The kids come knocking, you can't even get the kids out of there? All right. Well, I'm just letting you know. Because we had somebody on the show before who had hemorrhoids.
Really?
Well, technically, it was hemorrhoids. Because it was a her. You get it? All right. I mean, the name of the episode was hemorrhoids. It was a good... All right, don't worry about it. Welcome to In the Moment.
I'm in the moment. Stay in the moment. Yeah, hey, look, check. I'm in the moment. They try to hold me down, I just re-up and then I just reload it. Yeah, hey, look, stay in the moment.
Oh, man, it's too long. And shout out to the youth because I have a lot of younger nephews in my family, and whenever you're around them, they remind you that you're old. It annoys me, but I don't really say anything. I don't even like when they call me uncle.
Actually, that's good though.
Why?
Because didn't you hear about the what's
The draft?
the draft?
How'd you know where I was going?
Damn.
We're right here. We're right here. So to all of my nephews who love to call me uncle, if you are 18, between 18 and 25, if you're a male between 18 and 25, December of 2026, you are automatically registered to be into the draft. And I've been afraid of that my whole life. Finally, it's back.
But we're good, right?
Are you a male between
I was just
18
making-
and
I
25?
was just making
How do you
sure.
identify? You have to ask today.
Hey,
Oh, you're right.
You never know.
Right? Because if I was a male between 18 and 25, let me tell you something. That's not how I identify. And what you gonna do about it? It's 2026, baby. And I'm also healed. I want y'all to know this about me.
Okay.
You're looking at a healed man.
Healed about what?
Well, I used to fully believe that logic, solid logic, could get people to change their minds.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot. I have learned that. I have let it go. I have accepted it. Shout out to the people who struggle with this. I know there are times in life when you will think that with just all of this logic, you're going to change your mind. You're going to change your opinion on how you feel. And that's just simply not true. I have learned that the majority of people, when they argue or when they debate, they are not doing it to learn. They're doing it to protect what they already believe. And I think when you understand that, you realize that debating with smart people is easy. Debating with not so smart people, impossible. It's not going to happen. So once you understand that, I think you are a bit more healed.
Okay.
That's what I got. That's how I want to start. All right?
When did you
Okay.
get there?
Today.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Today, I am healed. Not fully healed, though. So let's get into why I'm mad.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
All right, so I want to start with a joke that I saw. Speaking of youth, I thought this was hilarious. This is a dad in his car. He's recording, and his children are in the back of the car, and they're talking to each other. And at some point, they turn this into a full-blown roast session on dad. And it's absolutely hilarious. I don't think I've ever heard children roast somebody in such an intelligent way in my life. And it was, for a second, as much as I'm always sad I don't have children, for a second I was all right. And here's why.
Charlie's mom's like 25, and then Rachel's mom is 20, I think. Are you sure? Yeah. Dad, what age did you and Mummy meet?
We were about 12.
12?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait, I'm 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 years older than me. Oh my gosh, okay, wait. How long have you been together for then?
23 years.
23 years! That's old! Oh my gosh! That's such a... Wait, if you and Mummy did not have any phones back then, then how did you communicate?
Dad used to write letters to Mum.
You probably used the fountain pen with the feather. And you probably dipped it in ink. But Dad, seriously, did you and your friends sing to Mum on the way to school? Wait, did you and Mum get invited to the Queen's coronation? And what did you wear?
That wore too rag.
Mummy and Daddy went on a double date with Mary and Joseph.
But what if they was on a date? You would be babysitting Jesus.
Oh yeah!
Morgan Freeman.
Wow.
Yeah, I was crying. Like, why them kids did that? Who are these kids? Morgan
Their
Freeman?
accents made it better.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
They were. That was amazing. They would definitely walk from school. to school from that day on. Y'all are walking to school. That was amazing. And I do remember the time that I think my mom told me she was 30-something when I was younger. Or maybe she was actually
25.
She was 25. She's told you this story.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she has never forgave me for that. I told her she was old. She said, I'm 25. I was like, damn. I'll never forget. And now look at me not getting drafted. Time flies, man. So just came back from New Orleans.
Congratulations. How was everything? I want to hear all about it.
Oh, my God. It's our second time going. And we were there for 3 days. I love New Orleans. Shout out to I love everything about New Orleans. The people, the food, the vibes, the energy, everything. It was amazing. In Bourbon Street, different. Different. And in doing the comedy show, I did my research in New Orleans, and I learned that New Orleans is the first American city to have an opera house. You know that?
No, I didn't know.
They're also the first American city to have a movie theater.
Oh.
And the last American city to have a sewage system. And that's why it smells like piss everywhere. Everywhere you go.
Everywhere.
And when you think the piss is bad, it gets worse, because New Orleans is the first city I ever been where I got to play Pac-Man with vomit. You just everywhere you go and you got to, yo, watch out. You got to grab somebody. You stepping over vomit like it's normal. Everyone's throwing up. People were just throwing up in the streets. I saw people drunk off their ass walking like zombies at 11 o'clock in the morning. That was normal. When we woke up, in fact, at the hotel we stayed at, I think I woke up at 9:30 and music was rocking. I went outside. Everybody was already drunk, looking at me like, what took you so long? It's a different energy. Even the people are so genuine, right? And I think New Orleans has the best accent in the world. That's just me. I absolutely love New Orleans accent. And you have genuine moments there. Like the day of the show, I just wasn't in the headspace I needed to be in because we had so much going on, and I just was not there. And I was trying to find a way to get myself there. And sometimes it's the smallest things. And I think it's why it's so important to try to be kind and be a good person, because I'm walking down the street and everybody is lit and I got a show that day. So I'm thinking about jokes. I'm thinking about if I'm ready. I'm thinking about if my set is right. I'm thinking about all these different things instead of just being in the moment, ironically, and enjoying it. And random guy just walking down the street with a guitar, New Orleans, right? And he just taps me and he goes, hey, man, you having fun? I just looked at him like, no. And that needs to change. Like, it was as if he could sense my energy. Like, you walking around like you just too cool for school. This ain't the place for that. Go get you a drink and loosen up, dance. I was dancing 10 minutes later.
Oh.
Changed my whole day. Just simply because he stopped me in the middle of the street and just was like, yo, have fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun, my brother. And I did. From that moment moving on, it became one of the best trips. In fact, it was the first trip I've had in a long time where I didn't want to leave. Normally I'm ready to go. I didn't want to leave. My father was there.
Oh.
Stepmom and my father were there.
Wow.
She was being celebrated, and so they just happened to have to be there that weekend anyway.
Oh.
And I had a show.
Okay.
So my father didn't realize that he was opening for me. He was bringing me out at the show. I didn't know that either. Yeah, no, my team worked that out. So when he got there, he was late, and he was rushing, and I told him, like, no, it's fine. We can't start without you, apparently, because you're bringing me out. And he was like, right now? He's like, yeah. And you know what? Shout out to him.
He did it?
He said, let's go. Let's go. And he would always be nervous at the other shows. But this one, he was not that nervous. He was like, let's go. And he went up there. He got the crowd hype. And I went up there and I did my thing. And what I'm loving about this tour is New Orleans, like some of the other places, this was a spot where no one in there knew who I was. Not a clue. Everyone in there came out to just see a comedy show. They'd heard there was going to be a comedian. They wanted to laugh, and they wanted to know what time it was. And it's a whole different show when no one has any idea who you are. So you really got to bring it. And it was amazing. It was a great show. I love when the people want to come back and tell me how much fun they've had. And it was everything. My father and I, which was unexpected, got to really kick it. And I think because some of y'all know the history with my father, And if you're a new listener, well, first I should have probably introduced us. I do this every single time.
Every time.
But welcome to In the Moment. This is episode 291. I am Mo Mitch. That is Nate, Mother Nature, also online, and the producer is also in the building. Shout out to y'all. My father and I think when we get together at this point in our lives, we make up for lost time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things that we didn't get to do at certain points of life. And now when we get together and we start drinking and having a good time, we don't want to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went all night, both nights.
Nice.
Had a great time. We really kicked it. And I think we had one of those talks that both of us needed about things that happened when I was younger. And he was very accountable. And I realized that he, like a lot of people in life, sometimes you struggle with the guilt of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a sign of being a good person. The guilt bothers you to the point where you struggle to forgive yourself. And the first night was more me venting about things that I needed that he didn't necessarily provide and that I just didn't have as a child, period. And I got that off my chest. And the second night was him taking accountability and me realizing that he was still struggling with forgiving himself. And I don't know that he needed my blessing to do so, but I gave him the blessing to do so. And I think it just put us on a whole nother level. So it was a good time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy. So
Yep.
so how was the show?
I've learned that a lot of the time, what you should do in a city that you're not familiar with and the crowd doesn't know you, crowd work.
Yeah.
That's what I leaned into.
I love crowd work.
It was a lot of crowd work this show,
Okay.
which was a challenge for me because that's not normally what I do. But I did a lot of crowd work, and then I, even in the beginning, in fact, when I was in the bar, there were two ladies in the bar. They were talking. One was the actual bartender. One was someone who was visiting. And I was like, yo, y'all like comedy? And they were like, both looked at me, same time. No. I was like, damn, we don't normally go that way. Like, I was like, no. And they was like, nah. Like, why not? Y'all like to laugh? Like, what's your problem? So they laughed, and she was like, now that's funny. I was like, well, that's comedy. Like, that's, you know, and she was like, I don't know. I just watch comedians, and they just don't be funny. Like, my girlfriend always trying to get me to go, and I'm just, I was like, nobody's funny to you? Like, no one? And she was like, Dave Chappelle kind of funny, but even with him, I'm like, 20 minutes of it is blah. Then you get a laugh. So I was like, damn. So then the bartender starts kind of saying the same thing. So I said, all right, well, I'm not going to ask y'all to go and then expect you to actually be there, but I'm already be there. Like, y'all are here. I'm only 5 steps away. In fact, I'll tell them at the door not to charge you. If you just want to peek in, just peek in. And they were both like, all right, maybe. One said maybe. The other one was like, I don't think I'm going to do it. And I was like, yeah, I kind of figured that. I bet. So they both did.
Oh, nice.
They both did. And when I was leaving, one of them was like, she actually remembered one of the jokes I told. She was like, the last name joke. I love that. That was actually funny. And I was like, all right, so boom, look at me. Making believers out of people.
And friends.
And friends at the same time. Yeah, it was great. It couldn't have been better, man. Shout out to New Orleans. I want to go back. I did not want to leave. Everything was great. The show couldn't have been better. I was happy that my father was there to see me because normally when he sees me, I'm funny bone, city winery, green rooms, all types of. But this was really like, nah, this is in the trenches with a smaller crowd and it's lit now. And some people think that's easier. I think it's harder. I think 300 plus people is a lot easier than 50, 60 people.
Yeah.
Anytime. But it's just something about everybody just in your face, just right there. You know what I mean? But then people become a part of the show and you got to get them to loosen up. People don't want to really be a part of the show. But when you can do that and they leave and they don't hate you, it's usually a good thing. So it was great.
Okay.
Have you ever been to New Orleans?
Yes.
How was your experience in New Orleans?
It wasn't a good time.
Tell me why. Were you one of the people throwing up?
No, I wasn't able to go and experience the city and the party and all the things. I haven't been able to experience that yet. So, yeah, it was just boring to me because of the things that I did, the people that I was with.
Sometimes they say it's not where you are, it's who you with. So that's why you think you maybe just didn't get the best
it was
experience.
kind of both because I really didn't get to I didn't do Bourbon Street like at night, drinking with everybody, just walking around doing all the New Orleans stuff. I didn't get to do that. So my experience is very different from everyone else's. That's usually where people go to turn up and have a good time, and I haven't experienced that yet.
Got you.
So did you experience like the local experience? Were you there with people that are from New Orleans?
Yeah, but because they grew up there, didn't really want to go out and do that. Yeah, like
that's normally how it is.
Right. I know someone from out there, and the 2 times we were there, she was like, ew, go somewhere else.
Well, take me there. Right? Like, yeah, that's what I'm here for. Show me a good time.
Yeah. So I got to go back and like experience it how tourists experience it, I guess.
I think so. Because normally I enjoy places I go, especially for the first time. The second time, usually not so much, but it was the opposite for me with New Orleans. I had much more fun the second time. And it was a lot going on. They had a festival. I learned that that's really a city that doesn't sleep. As much as they say that about New York, 4 or 5 in the morning, there's still stuff going on.
What festival was it?
The French Quarter Fest.
Oh, okay.
The first time we went, did we tell you why we went?
No. Oh, wait. Yes. Wow, that just came back to me.
For a friend, supporting a friend. Just trying to be supportive and loving on friends, Hope they're doing well. Yeah, good times. All right, moving on. So about a month and a half now, I've wanted to announce this, but I've had to wait for different reasons. And I've announced it on Patreon, but I have not announced it here on the regular episodes. And finally, it's time. Now, if you are a Patreonizer, this is not going to be news to you. Or if you are just an observant person, this is not going to be news to you. But in case you have missed it, it is official. I'm finally a homeowner. Finally. And yeah, it's been amazing. It's also been a lot of work.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And we're putting it together. It's one of those things, if you've purchased a home, you know how it goes. You know it takes a lot of patience and a lot of adjusting. And I was just in the yard today. I don't want to do that anymore, Nate. I'm over it.
Were you cutting grass?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to ask when I got here, do you have a hedge trimmer?
No. Could you tell?
Yeah.
Haven't gotten that far yet. No, and the grass still needs work. I mean, just overall, in which I get it. People say you got to have some pride in your yard and do it yourself. And yeah, I did. I didn't enjoy that. It's not even July.
I love cutting the grass.
Oh, come over. Sometime. Come on over.
Yeah, in July,
you got the perfect outfit for it. You do? You get a kick out of it?
Yeah, I don't know. I also enjoy vacuuming because I love vacuum lines. So I don't know. I think it's something about the lines.
I do like vacuuming. Like a smaller room. Not exactly the same as cutting that grass out there. I need one of those. You seen the scooter lawnmowers?
No. Oh, the ride-along?
Yeah, not the one that you in the car though. They got the actual ones that's it's like you on a hoverboard.
Okay.
But it's a lawnmower. I need one of those. If you happen to see one on you in the streets, I can't do this anymore.
I'll let you know.
And how you supposed to turn the lawnmower when you don't have room to turn it? And still keep the lines going. You know how frustrating I was getting out there?
Yeah, because I've had to do that before.
How you do that? I'm trying. It looked like I'm having fun. I'm using one hand, but I really don't have enough space. And I got some neighbor stories. There was also a dead armadillo in the yard 2 days in. I got a lot of stories to tell y'all down the line about the house. I will tell you this one. This was funny. So I always wanted walkie-talkies.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
The things we have in common. Since a kid?
Yeah. And so since I wasn't able to get that, I bought them for my daughter, but she wasn't into them. And I was really trying to get her into it. So I would have a walkie-talkie.
That's hilarious.
I'd be like, hey, Pooh, are you there?
Yes. Like, I just want to do that for no reason. Yo, you make me feel so normal. Because I don't think my lady was into this.
Oh, you should do it.
Well, she tried, right? But then we got the walkie-talkies, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, we don't need them, obviously. Like, we have whole cell phones. We can walk upstairs. But in my mind, I'm like, hey, this is the perfect time to get walkie-talkies.
Exactly.
It's like my first purchase. We don't even have a TV in the room yet, right? So I asked, I'm like, hey, can you put your walkie-talkie on, please? I'm about to go downstairs.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right. I felt like she should have been a little more excited.
Right.
So I couldn't wait to need something, right? You can't wait to need something. I don't think I did. I don't think I waited long enough. I didn't need anything. But I was like, breaker one, come in. Are you there? And she goes, what? I'm like, I don't think you're really getting into the spirit.
Yeah.
She's like, do you have to say breaker one and Roger that every time? Yes.
You have to role play, okay?
Yes, I do. You don't have to say Roger that. I'm like, nah, what's the problem, right? So I'm trying to get her excited about the walkie-talkie, and she was getting a little better at it, right? But she, it took her a while to warm up. And so now I leave it on. So she's like, can I turn mine off now? And I'm like, that's not how it works. I'm not going to be able to walk
take a
you.
nap, Nate.
Yeah.
Here he is talking on the walkie-talkie.
So I'm bothering. I know I'm bothering her, right? Because when I say come in, are you there? Come in. Like, I be thinking, oh, she turned it off. 10 seconds later, yes. Why it take you so long? This could be an emergency.
It's
you know what I'm
supposed to be
saying?
right there. You're supposed to be ready.
Right. Like, what are we doing? So finally, I let her have a break from the walkie, but I leave it on. I tell her, just leave it on. I might need something. You never know. Life is wild like that. And then I start hearing a little static. So I get excited. I think she's trying to come in. Oh, no, she has a message. And all I hear is, hey, Peaches, bring the wipes. I'm not making this up. Now!
Who's Peaches?
I don't know. I guess it crossed signals.
Cross signals.
I heard somebody else's message. And that's what the message was.
What if someone heard your conversation?
Exactly.
They probably did. But we ain't say nothing crazy. But who is Peaches?
That has happened to me before.
You needed the wipes?
No.
Oh.
No, when I was in high school, I had a the wireless phone, but it was I think it was a landline, but it was wireless. And there has been times where I've heard other people's conversation while I'm on the phone.
It happens.
Oh, me too. And
yeah.
I didn't hang up.
No,
I
I'm
wouldn't
listening.
either.
I listened to the whole conversation. And you know what happened? I used to live across the street from my aunt, and she was not my favorite. We actually didn't like each other at all. And I was...
Shout out to the not so favorite aunts. You all appreciate it.
I was on the phone, and then suddenly her call came in, and she was talking about me.
Oh, got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
happens.
I listened to the whole thing.
Wow.
And then I hung up. I told my friend, I was like, I'm going to call you back. So I called my aunt, and I was like, are you talking about me? Mind you, I'm like in the 10th grade.
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah, are you talking about me?
I would have did the same thing.
And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you're talking about me and don't talk about me.
Yep. And don't try to, they be trying to fight it. Like,
Right.
I heard it.
I heard the whole thing.
Yes. That's one of the most underrated feelings. When you got to listen to somebody talk about you and you sit there like, the nerve. How dare you?
Right.
And it's always somebody who shouldn't be talking.
Exactly.
But go ahead.
So then hang up the phone. I call my friend back and I'm like, yo, she just act like she didn't know what I was talking about, but I heard everything she said. And then you know what happened next?
What?
I heard her call come in again.
She started talking shit about you again right after?
She called when
Girl, she heard me. She heard me talking about her. And? Right?
I was like, oh my gosh, she won't shut up. She's obsessed with me.
I just told you to stop talking about me. She get right back on the phone. Then she told me something about she heard me. I told her I ain't saying nobody talking about you. You doing it right now. Yo, people get on my nerves. They so fake. Oh yeah, I know. I got family who's done it to other family. It's nasty. Ooh, it's nasty. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone though. Don't worry about it. Before we leave here, you brought hiccups up randomly earlier, and I once struggled with hiccups bad.
Yeah.
I would just get them for no reason, always when I'm drinking. Been a while, but then I can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
I've heard all of the tricks. The knife in the glass, and then you drink. You ever heard that one?
No.
You put a knife in a glass of water, and then you put the knife on your nose, and you drink.
I think someone was trying to hurt
Someone
you.
wanted me to stab me and myself in the face. Oh, if only I told you who taught me that. But yeah, I've heard that one.
Okay, I'm gonna find out after this commercial break.
You certainly are. Someone told me you plug your nose
Okay,
and
okay.
just drink to the point where you like can't breathe. I did that, almost drowned. You said you heard one. You had a solution.
I thought you're supposed to plug your nose and hop on one foot.
I think I heard that one too.
Somebody just wanted y'all to make a fool of your damn selves. Yeah, I was out there too.
Yes.
Am I doing it? Yo, who had y'all wilding like that? That's how they had Meek Mill at the tennis court. Don't worry about it. All right. What is it? What's the actual solution?
So you have to take a deep breath and inhale as much air as you possibly can until you just absolutely can't inhale anymore. And then you slowly, very, very slowly, just
Die? You very slowly die. And then guess what? Who cares about hiccups? Is that where we're going, Nate?
No, you have to very slowly, little by little, slowly exhale. Just very slowly, as slow as you can.
I'm listening.
Until you have no more air in your lungs. Like all of it out. Just like all of it out.
Nate, that is death. What are we talking about?
And then after that, you just inhale normally, and then you can breathe. And that's it. And then it goes away. Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid to try that.
I'm just
with my luck.
All you have to do is inhale and exhale really slowly.
And it's over.
As slow as you can. Just little by little by little.
You're afraid to try that, but you tried the knife thing.
The sharp end was
While we were
toward the bottom of the glass.
You did that when we were in a bus.
Yeah, that was my move for a while. I would be like, yo, who got a knife? Let's do this moment in the culture.
Check.
All right, so has anyone in the studio happened to see this new advertisement with Khloé Kardashian?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
I haven't been online.
Now, I am not going to tell you, Nate, whom I saw when I first looked at this photo.
Okay.
I want you to tell me who you see.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is not Khloé Kardashian.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right, let's pull this photo up of Khloé Kardashian, and y'all tell me who y'all see for the visual listeners. Who is that?
Mm-hmm. It's Khloé.
No, it's not.
It's you know.
I mean, once you
It's
get
the
past...
new Khloé.
Oh, is that who it is? Well, for me, it's the old Beyonce. That is Beyonce. And I want to know how much money does it take to make Khloé Kardashian look like Beyonce? Y'all mean to tell me she don't look crazy in love in that picture?
I mean, I can see it.
That's Beyonce.
Well, when you first showed it to me, yeah, I saw that. Like quickly, like a flash.
I showed it to her. I showed it to the producer. I was like, and she was like, no, I'm trying to see it. And I was like, nah, I had that same energy you had with the walkie-talkie. And I kept flashing it. And then when I flashed it to her, she said that was Beyonce. Mm-hmm. And I knew I wasn't tripping. And people in the comments were saying the same thing. Like, she genuinely looks like Beyonce to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say anything past that. I have jokes, but I'm chilling.
I mean, I can see it. I think it was the other week I was telling you that she would be my hall pass. But I did say it was like before all of this.
Nah, you was on the train early. Now that she look like Beyonce, she mine too.
Yeah, no,
Now we got to fight over. Well, I ain't know she could turn into a nose. That's Khloé Kardashian nose. That's impressive. That's not impressive to y'all? What's a better glow up that you've seen?
I mean, I'm not into it, but
She going the wrong way for you. You like that Lamar Odom Khloé.
I mean,
You want the Khloé on drugs.
It was her personality, and it was the fact that she was like her original, authentic self.
She has the same personality, Nate. She just black now. She got that whole reverse Michael Jackson thing going on over here. What? Nobody's gonna say it. It has to be me. Y'all see it, man. She looks great. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying. It's just I genuinely thought it was Beyonce. But shout out to Khloé.
Did you guys see that she said she didn't get paid for that Lamar Odom documentary, and now he's pretty much shitting on her?
What'd he say?
He didn't believe that his father just took the whatever she offered him. Remember? You watched it?
Yeah.
Like,
I do remember
she may
that.
have offered, he wanted sneakers and a few dollars.
Oh, his father.
As long as he just left.
Oh, so yeah, right. So there
Something
was
along
a disagreement there where Khloé is claiming that Lamar's dad asked for money and something else while he was he in a coma state or whatever he was going through?
Yeah, because he showed up to the hospital, and then she was basically still his wife. So
And Lamar doesn't believe that.
Oh, the father was trying to take him off life support.
Right,
And she stopped it. And Lamar is saying, I don't believe that.
So I don't know what to believe. That's family business. I don't know. I will say this. Wait. Now I get she's a Kardashian. I get she's Khloé. And now she's Khloé, Beyonce, Kardashian, Knowles. So the price just went up. Right? But does he have to pay her to be in his documentary if that's his ex-wife?
Well, she didn't get paid.
Right. Does he have to pay her?
She didn't even have to be a part of it if she didn't want to. She said she did it as a favor.
Fair enough. But if you do it as a favor, you can't then after complain that you didn't get paid.
I think that did she complain about not getting paid, or did she just say that I wish that I hadn't done it because he's saying all this shit about me and I didn't even get paid for it?
That's what happened.
Oh. Well, yeah. That's that whole regret thing that a lot of us struggle with every day. It happens to the best of us, Khloé.
Because
yeah.
he also said that he dated her for money. Was it money? No, clout.
Clout. He said that.
And she was like, what clout?
He got a lot of clout from dating her, from the reality show, from just being affiliated with the Kardashians. I always knew Lamar because I watched basketball. But for people who don't,
I didn't know who he was.
I didn't know who he was
See?
either.
And there's a lot of people who now do because of that. So, I mean, it probably hurts her to hear. It would hurt me to hear that's how you, if you dated me for clout. I know with you, it doesn't matter what word they use, but that would bother me. That's a callback. Nobody got it.
To me, it's like, y'all are not even together. Why does it bother you?
Khloé?
Yeah.
Because you ate off my name and you pretended like you loved me and like you wanted to be married and we were something when in all actuality, you just dated me for my name.
And then he's doing all this other stuff.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah,
Well,
the other
stuff is annoying. But
What,
to me,
like shitting in the bed? What barbershop?
No, like he got a sex doll made to look like her.
oh yeah.
What's the problem?
Oh, and he's actually dating a new girl that resembles Khloé.
Yeah, like he.
Who, Beyonce?
He is.
Good.
He's dated a few women that look like Khloé. He's
one of those.
Yeah, and then like he would go on tour talking about his he had a nursing home, he had a sober house, and prior to that, like as he's going on tour talking about this, he's like, well, I want my wife back, I want Khloé back. And this was like years and years later. Like, she's not your wife. Like, she's long. Like, move on. So he's doing these things, making sex dolls, talking about her, he just won't stop. He just won't stop. So yeah,
I get it.
That's annoying.
Very.
Like, y'all not together. She's not with
She's single. Khloé.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's single.
Okay.
Who was she with? She was with somebody after Lamar?
Oh, Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
Oh, that was after Lamar?
Yeah,
he
she
Oh,
had,
my
she
God.
had two
Twice.
kids with him.
But yeah, that's before she was Beyonce. Wouldn't do that today. I forgot about Tristan Thompson. Damn. She didn't rebound well. Pun. Intended. All right, don't worry about it. All right, so I saw this article on X, but it's from Reddit.
My husband is thinking about fostering his nephews. I feel like I'm being tossed out for kids we don't even know. My husband and I have always maintained a child-free life. I don't like kids terribly, and he was the oldest of 9 and raised his siblings. He loves kids, but is done raising them, so he said. His sister is an addict. She's been in and out of rehab, never stayed cleaned. She's got 2 sons, a 4-year-old and an infant. Oldest has been in and out of foster care, and the baby has been in the system since he was born. The 4-year-old has recently been removed from her custody. My husband was contacted and asked if he wanted to foster them. He said yes immediately. I feel all kinds of way about it. I tried to talk to him, and he said it'd be hard, but he can't in good conscience let them rot in the system. I'm so angry. This is my life too. He said it's not forever, but I know him.
I'm on the fence because I get that that's his family, and maybe they had been on the same page about not having kids, but maybe somewhere in him he did, but he wanted to, I guess, or maybe he was comfortable with where they were not having kids, and this opportunity came up and he felt something inside of him where he was like, this is my family and this is my opportunity to have a family, at least even if it's temporary, because their life isn't, they weren't meant to have kids, or they didn't want to have kids. And then I see her side where she's like, no, I'm not feeling this. We have to talk about this. I don't want to do this. Yeah.
It's a tough one.
It is.
First, I'll say they were killing her in the comments. Mm-hmm. Most of what I saw.
Really?
Yeah. I was shocked. There were a lot of people saying that she's selfish and this man is trying to take care of his family. And why would you come in between that as his life partner? And I was like, damn. Mm-hmm. I can get why you feel a way towards her stance, but I feel like you could say either one of them are selfish. Technically,
yeah.
Even though he's doing what he believes is the right thing for his family, mm-hmm. that may not be what's the best thing for your family.
Right.
Which includes her. Mm-hmm. And she should have a say in it. So I was like, I'm not killing anybody. I'm with you on it's actually really tough because I was trying to choose a side. You know how much I hate to play the fence. And for me, because I want to choose a side. Mm-hmm. I think it's too easy to take the fence on this one. So everyone in here should choose a side. If you are forced, again, we're going to go back to homie court, and one of them is going to jail. Who is going to jail? If it's me, it's got to be him. I'm going to stand up for something, man. And I don't think what he's doing is wrong. But if I have to take a side, if your wife doesn't agree with the move, then the move can't happen.
I feel like it's a conversation, but look at how old they are. The kids they're still babies.
Yeah, they're definitely babies.
I would.
That's a whole lifetime.
Like, I'll have a conversation with you about it, but they're still coming.
You are forcing this woman to be a mother, whether she wants to or not. How is that fair? Not for one child, for multiple children, and children at that. Not like, yo, he's 16, it's a couple years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
so
that's
I think
tough.
16 is tougher because normally by then they were raised by someone that doesn't live in your household.
Yeah, but we're talking about the difference between 16 to 18, 2 years, and raising a child from 4, 5, 6. Mm-hmm. That's 15 years of my life.
And a newborn.
And she's going to have to be the mom.
They're fostering the kids, right?
Right.
So the kids can go back. I'm not saying they will.
You don't know that.
Yeah,
you don't know that. That's an assumption that may never happen.
Especially if the mom has been on drugs. She's been on drugs in and out of jail, and you just never know. But if I had to pick a side, I would also pick his side.
No, I picked her side. You're picking his side.
Yeah, I would pick his side. Wait, what was the what was the question again?
She's picking his side.
I'm picking his side. I'm taking my family members into my home. Mm-hmm. His family members into my home. Yeah. I don't want, they're still your family, and I don't want them to go through the foster care system and not know who's raising them. They get hurt or anything along those lines. I don't want anything bad to happen to them.
And it's hard to argue that, but I will because it's a radio show. I feel like maybe this is coming from family trauma,
Okay.
right? However, so where do you put the vows in this? Because you have now made a vow that your wife or your husband is now your family. I get that you have your family that you grew up with, and I think you should be loyal when it's deserving, 1,000%. At the same time, if your partner is like, yo, this is too much. I didn't sign up to take on 2-3 kids all at one time. And I get that you want to be a hero in this situation, but maybe there's some kind of alternative where we can meet in the middle. You just say to your husband or your wife, you say to your spouse, we're doing it.
Well, I definitely think that there should be a compromise. So if it were me, I would say I'm going to take the kids, but I am going to, I guess, I don't know, work an extra job so that I can afford a nanny so that you don't have to do anything. Like, it would be very minimal, but I would make sure that I am providing a different option for you, since this isn't, ideal for you. But it's non-negotiable. Like, I'm bringing the kids in, and I will provide a way to get you help.
So y'all are saying straight up and down, if your husband or the wife says, I can't do that. I didn't sign up for that. I signed up to marry you and to have kids. I didn't sign up to take care of all of the kids in your family. Y'all are just telling your spouse, all right, well, you got to go. So y'all going to be a single parent if the spouse is, for real, if the spouse is like, I ain't doing that.
I don't know. I just wouldn't want to do that. And I think also because of the way that I was raised, when I actually was hoping that I would go to foster care, because I didn't want to be with my mom. And if there was someone else in my family who would have been willing to take me in, I would have gone. And like, I ran away and all those things. And I always found somewhere safe to go. But like, if someone was available, I would have wanted that and I would have left. So I would do the same thing.
You would tell your spouse adios?
I wouldn't tell my spouse that if they said that they were leaving because of it, then I'm not going to stop them.
So adios.
It is what it is.
So adios. Why you can't just say adios, Nate?
It is what it is.
Tell your spouse adios.
If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do.
No, see, don't do that, because I don't like when people do that. Don't do that. They're not saying I want to leave. They're not saying that. I'm
saying that I will provide you, a lifestyle to where you don't have to worry about it.
No, but all you offered me was nannying. You didn't offer me a PS5. You didn't offer me courtside seats to the Knicks playoff games. I want a few more things.
I'm going to make it happen.
Right.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
All right, but at some point, I get your stance. Meet me in the middle as my spouse, where you married me and this is my family and this is what we're doing. How can we make this happen together? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Compromise and just have a conversation. And I also, like, what if it was your siblings' kids, not mine?
I was going to say, if you had
like, okay, so for example, like, okay, I have I have a niece and a nephew, right? And then my friends have kids too, right? But like, I have a niece and nephew. My nephews, we're like brother and sister, but I have a niece that's younger, and I remember her being a baby. Like, I would have taken her in. You have nieces and nephews, but not immediate nieces and nephews. So I don't know if that changes things for you.
I mean, no. I wanted to debate it. You know how I feel about family, and I've always been big on family, even when family doesn't give you the greatest reason to be big on family. And I don't see myself being the spouse who would say, yo, you can't take your nieces and nephews in. I'm out. If I'm in this, we're in this together. That's what it is. We're gonna have to figure it out. That's a part of marriage and partnership to me, right? Mm-hmm. Things are gonna pop up that neither of us saw, but we have to fight for it. And if it means that much to her, then yeah, I got to do what I have to do. That doesn't mean I don't understand the person who feels like this is a lot, right? 1 kid, 2 kids, it's a difference. Mm-hmm. And it's a whirlwind. But I guess that's why they say when you choose your partner, you have to choose wisely. because it really is till death do us part, through sickness and health. It's through all of those things, and that's a part of it. And so I get where he's coming from, and I get why he's standing on that. And if he is willing to say, yo, I'm sorry, but I have to do this, and she's not willing to support him, I get why he says, yo, all right then. I just think they were killing her in the comments a little too much. Like, nobody took her side of, damn, I could see how, especially her being a woman, because a mom typically has more responsibility, whether we admit that or not.
Yeah, and honestly, if I was her, I don't know if I would stay. Like, I probably would leave.
Nate, you?
I would leave. But if I was him, I would take the kids. So what does that say about me?
I don't know.
And here's
what I'm
the
trying to
thing.
figure out.
I also feel like because of her attitude towards the whole situation, she wouldn't even be an ideal mom. You
That's
know what I'm
another
saying?
thing
Like,
you got to consider.
Like,
she don't want it.
some of the Lifetime story that we watched with the little girl that we thought was a little girl, but she was really an adult. The mom, was it the mom didn't really want to be the mom, and she treated her horribly.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to think about those things
you
too.
do. That is a valid point, because if you're the guy and you force her to do it, well, then how much do you expect from her? You expect her to be mother of the year? There's a lot of mothers have the kid, go through the process of actually having the kid, and don't really want the kid.
Right.
And they'll show you at every turn that they are not mother of the year. And a lot of people struggle through that. So she ain't even asked for them kids. And if you don't think that argument is coming,
and then
I ain't even want them.
You have to also think about the fact that the mom was on drugs. So, like, how are the kids? Like, what state are they in?
You ever watch Bebe's Kids?
That was one of my favorite movies.
Well, you know what state they in. That's another good point, though.
You know,
That's
it's
a tough
crazy that came up because yesterday when we were in the Uber, I saw a clip of, do you guys know who Erica Mena is?
Erica Mena?
Yeah, Safari's baby mother.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
She was telling her story, and apparently her mom had her in prison, and she went through foster care. Her younger sister helped raise her, and then her mom met someone who she called her dad. Unfortunately, he passed away, but he raised her as his own. And she went through a lot of things. And then I was going through the comments, and they're like, oh, now we get where her attitude comes from. Like, her aggressiveness, because she's been through a lot since she was born.
A lot of the time when you see people react certain ways to things, and you look at it from a distance and feel comfortable in a space of saying, oof, could never be me, right? I would never move like that. You don't know why these people react this way. A lot of the time there's a reason. You know, and you don't always get to tell your stories. People don't always know why, but a lot of the time I've learned in life, when you see people react certain ways to certain things and it's out of your understanding, it's usually a reason. Cheat or genius? So I came up with this game where I started to think about a lot of the things people do in life, where I'm going to ask y'all, do you believe that this is them saving money and being smart, or do you think this is them just being a cheap ass?
Okay.
And I got the thought because we were staying at this hotel, and this has now become my move. I'm going to let y'all in on game, okay? Don't go running telling everybody who don't listen in the moment this. This is just for me and you, all right? But a lot of the times when I go to these hotels, Nate, and they'll charge you like $7 for a water. I think the one we were just in was $8 for a bottle of water.
Small water, not even a lot.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous. It's water. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think we should be paying for water, period. $8 for a bottle of water? So you know what I did? Every morning I got up. I took the bottle of water I already had, and I went right to the gym. Because they always have free water in the gym.
That's true.
Right? When you think about it, all of these hotels, they would charge you, not all of them, but a lot of them, $8 for a bottle of water. They don't think about the water that's in the gym. That water free. People just don't know because they don't go to the gym. They don't go on vacation. I go. So one of them hotels, I seen my lady about to throw out one of. I did not keep that. We gonna refill that. I went in the gym. So the first 2 days I went in the gym, no one was in there. So I was in there watering it up. I went in there the next morning. I ain't even want to work out. I just wanted some water. It was my off day, and there's about 5 people in there. Gym ain't that big, so I said, "Damn, I gotta do what I gotta do." I walked in, they all staring at me. They getting it too. They working hard. I went right to the water machine. Excuse me. Hey, they watched me walk right out with 3 bottles of water, big ass bottles too. I went in there with the gallons of water. It's unlimited. Nobody's gonna miss it. It's a whole machine. Hey, that's just a little trick for the trade if y'all ever want to use it.
They probably did that the next day.
Right after they saw me do it. I'm telling you, that's a little secret you could get off. All right. Let's play cheap or genius. Sharing one streaming account between 6 different people in your family. Cheap or genius?
I'm going to say it's genius.
Genius. Okay.
It's cheap for everyone except the owner of the account because, I mean, I do this, right? But I pay for the account. And when it says, oh, so-and-so is logged in somewhere else, I'm going to log you off. I don't care if you're watching TV. It's my account. I pay $25 a month. We have
finally triggered the producer. No, because this makes sense. Because I was going to say genius. One, because Netflix has plenty of money. Not saying we're doing that for Netflix, allegedly. And 2, because I'm on her account. I don't pay for it. So.
Neither do I.
But the owner, cheap. Get y'all own accounts. That's fair. Bringing your own snacks to the movies.
Genius.
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 Booking the cheapest flight with a 7-hour layover to save money.
Cheap.
I would say it's genius because I would want to explore wherever I am. If I got 7 hours, that's plenty of time for me to go wander around and see what's, nearby.
That's fair. I'm going cheap. I hate layovers. If I can leave the airport though, and you're right, it does depend on the place.
It depends on the city.
It really depends on the city. If it's in a city where you can go have a little fun, like if I was in New Orleans for 7 hours, I'm lit. Fixing things off of YouTube instead of calling a professional.
Cheap.
Genius.
I think as a new homeowner, I'm going cheap. You gonna mess your house up, yo. Let the professionals come in there and do something with it. Even though I do try first. I do try. And most of the time I end up having to call the professional after. Don't worry about it. Using your girl's sister's address for your LLC to avoid paying for a business address.
I have done that before, so I would say...
Why is that the one you've done? That is hilarious. All right, I love that. Okay.
I feel like I've done all of them, actually.
Yeah? Okay, all right, yeah, genius. Buying furniture piece by piece over time instead of all at once.
Cheap. Does anyone do that?
Yeah.
People do that?
I think people who maybe can't afford the whole set, but they really want this set, so you get it piece by piece.
Oh,
that's
so
like layover. Is it not layover? What is layaway?
I was like, how? How?
Yeah.
I think you need to lay down.
Yeah, but no, with layaway, you don't get it. You have to leave it there, right? I don't know. I've never done layaway.
Yeah, I think you make payments on it.
Oh, okay, but it stays there with them, right?
Yeah, until you pay it off. Yeah, you can't. They don't let you just walk around with the dress, and you come in and make a payment every.
Okay,
I ain't afraid of this. I laid something over away. Wait, what did I do with it? I laid it away. I laid something over.
You put.
I can't even tell on myself.
You put something on layaway.
I put something on layaway at Marshall's. At some point in my life. You did too?
I did that too.
See, don't be ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
I was like 18 though. I don't know.
Damn, I was like 36. Nah, I think I was around the same age. I was probably like 18. Yeah, I remember that.
And then I ended up working there.
Yeah, Marshall's had the ill layaway plan. Like for real. I had like 40 outfits on layaway. I come in here and get one a week when I was ready for it. Yeah, don't worry about it. Turning the AC off at night and opening windows to save money.
Oh, no, that's genius.
If you're the one sweating, fine, right? But it's not genius if you're an Uber driver and other people are sweating, okay? Put the AC on.
Well, if it's in the middle of the day, but if it's at night, that's different.
I don't care what part of the day. If you are there to do a service, I think you should have your AC on. I think people should be comfortable when they get in your car.
I'm comfortable with the windows open.
What if your customers are not?
Oh, well, that's different.
Sometimes it's not even about being hot. It's about the smell in the car.
Yeah, and then you got to air out, the people who was talking in there the ride before you.
Using paper towels, napkins, and tissues as plates.
It depends on what you're eating. If it's like a piece of cake, I'll put it on a napkin.
Yeah. Piece of cake, always. Genius. Keeping the same mattress for 12 plus years.
because it depends on how you take care. I had a mattress. I keep it in a mattress cover.
How often are you supposed to change your mattress? Is it every 10 or 20
Every 10
years?
years, they say.
Okay.
How often do y'all change your towels?
I don't use towels, but washcloths.
Would you just walk around and just
Air dry?
air dry? Don't you shower in public?
I stand there. I stand there in the shower.
Like this?
What you be doing? Like how you just letting it just go? Okay.
Oh, yeah, Nate. How's that deodorant?
Hey,
thing, huh?
I'm on. I don't know what is this, like 7 days, 10 days. I think it's 10 days. Yeah, I still.
I didn't
have
smell
no-
you, so I
No
wouldn't even ask
deodorant.
you about it. Success.
Yeah, no deodorant. But like I said, I still sweat though, because in a perspirant you don't sweat, but I still sweat.
Pulling a coupon out at dinner.
Genius.
Genius.
I've always
Genius.
wanted to do it. I haven't done it.
I've seen a lot of people take heat for this. I would never understand it. I seen women
Yes.
saying, "I ain't dating a man if he pulling a coupon out." That's fine.
Yeah,
'Cause
like,
I'm not going. You can never shame me
I
for trying to
wouldn't feel
save a
away.
dollar.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't
made
feel
fun
away
of
about
me for using coupons.
I've made fun of you for yelling, "Do you take coupons?" while we're in McDonald's and I'm standing right next to you. That's different.
I have the
Alright?
app.
You
What
could
want me to
slide.
do?
You know what I mean? Like you still gotta slide it. You don't gotta. She be like, "Yo, y'all take the coupons." It's supposed to be 16 cents off for my fries. Are we good? I'm like, nah. Nah. Going to events just for free food.
it. Genius.
Genius.
I
Genius.
do it all the time.
That's how I ate through college. Dating someone because they have a nice place. I'm doing it now.
Is that cheap but why is that cheap though? If they
Because get your
have
own
their
place. Or find somebody you really like. You cheap ass. That's why. I'm going cheap. That's where I'm going. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do though. I'm not judging you. Taking extra toiletries from hotels like you pay taxes there.
Well, I did pay taxes technically, so yeah. It depends on the brand. It depends on what it is. I'll definitely take hand soap. If they have Dove, I will take that.
Every once in a while, that lotion hit.
Yeah, exactly. And the soap. So
Yeah.
shampoo and conditioner, not so much because it's in a little bottle and it doesn't do anything for me.
I feel you.
I'd have to have like 10 bottles.
I'm going genius. And I'm not afraid. If you charge me $8 for a bottle of water, I'm taking everything. I'm taking a little mirror, the little blow dryer that be on the wall. I'm taking all that. Everything is
They
going.
charge you for that.
Okay, using your friend's gym membership by walking in together. That's the last one.
Genius.
I'm going genius.
Genius.
All right, I think that was easy. Moa's Ark, before we get out of here, I just want to say this for whoever may need to hear it. I was watching this Kobe Bryant special the other day, and one of the things I realized in watching it was sometimes I think about how much love Kobe Bryant gets now that he's no longer here. And I think it's easy to forget how much hate he received when he was. Kobe wasn't always this loved figure that we often now hear about when we scroll online for obviously a lot of different reasons. And even beyond the things that they tried to crucify him for, he took a lot of heat for simply being an a-hole to a lot of his teammates and to people who was around him. And I always thought Kobe was that way simply because he wanted to be the best and he wanted the best out of everyone around him. And I think when you're that kind of a person, it'll wear off on people. And Kobe was a Virgo. Kobe was honest. And Kobe knew that he wanted to be great and he didn't want to be around anybody else who didn't share that vision. And I understand that. And when I was talking to the mailman, update from last week, if you are following my in the moment journey, if not, I would encourage you to go back and listen to the story.
You talked to him again after that?
I did. I did. We had another conversation, one where I was sober this time. And it was just more of the same. He was taking accountability. You know, he realized what he did. And And
Do you believe him? Do you feel like he was sincere?
I'm torn. Nate, I am. You know why? Because do I believe he sincerely regrets doing it? Yes.
Now, hold on. Did he actually admit to it?
He didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but when your friend called and you said he knows what he did, like, did he actually say what he did?
Not in that particular phone call.
Okay.
We never got to the specifics.
Okay.
In the one where I was a little more sober, we did.
Oh, okay.
Because that was actually one of the questions my lady asked from the back. Hey, ask him how he knew. And I was like, see, that's why you got to have a woman in the room. Because y'all think of the best questions. And she was right. I did want to know that. Like, yeah. And he said, well, I don't know if y'all will remember this, but I told the story about how right after I saw it, he called me as if everything was fine. And I asked him, I said, yo, what do you think is the reason people betray their friends in situations such as, and then I went into what he had just did without saying it was him. And he said he knew. He didn't want to just come out and say it, but I made it obvious. You know, when I asked him straight up, like, what would make somebody do something like that? And he said, I don't know, man, immaturity. And I'm like, because that was my whole thing to him. Did you really think you had a shot with this girl? He says no, but then if no, then what was the point?
Yeah, so he watched that episode?
Which episode? No, I don't think
So
he
he didn't
watches
watch
any
it?
of them.
But so how did he say that he knew, though?
He said he knew from the conversation. Like, literally, once we had that conversation, and I was very specific about asking him to his face, why would someone do this? All I didn't say was, I know you did it, right? And so then he said, once that conversation happened, and I stopped answering my phone. He tried to text me, he tried to call me, I didn't answer. So if that's the last conversation we had, and now you're not answering my phone, by the time he went to her and asked her, did you say something to him? Even though she said no, he must have said to himself, somehow he knows. I think in his mind, he believes that she's lying and she told me instead of what actually happened, which is that I had his Instagram. I don't think he knows that to this moment. I'm not sure if he does. Okay.
Because I know that because he's talking about the moment that we called him while we were filming.
No. What do you mean?
Because that's when you asked him, like, what would you do?
Different conversations.
Okay.
So no. Okay, so when we were filming, we asked him, should you ever date or try to date somebody that your friend was affiliated with? And then right after he went and slid into her DMs, and then after that, that's when he called me on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Celebrating our friendship and just telling me how much he appreciated me.
Right.
And then I asked him, let me ask you something while I got you here.
Okay, I remember.
Right. What do you think would make a person do something like this?
Okay.
And it was exactly what he did.
Gotcha.
So he said in that moment, that's when he realized, damn, I think he knows. He just wasn't sure how I knew. And I knew that because if you watched or listened to my podcast, well, the answer was there.
Right.
In which I go through that with a lot of family and friends who claim to be supporters. They don't listen. Never listen. Because you say 1,000 amazing things about family. So much so that when I did tell my Patreon or talked on Patreon about my family, there were a lot of people saying, damn, this got to really hurt you because I know how highly you speak of your family. But your family never hears when you say all of the good things.
Yeah.
They never call. There's never a mention of it. Right. But the moment that you say something that they don't like, it's an issue. And hey, whoever be running and telling my stories as a patronizer, you snitching. I just want you to know that. And I'm not mad, but for me, you can't get mad at somebody for telling their story, especially if you tell your story. There are people who tell their stories. You write a movie, you'll write a book, you'll write a song, and it's fine. But if I get on a radio platform and tell my story, somehow I'm wrong. You did the same thing. What's the difference, right? No one came to me and asked, hey, this is going to be in the movie or in the book about you, but you told your story.
Yeah.
When I do it, nobody ever cares about the fact they gave me the story to tell. They get mad that you told the story. But what's in the story, you did. Why you ain't mad at that part?
Yep.
It's always a thing, and it irritates me to no end because it always comes from people who don't actually support you. Right, they heard through somebody else, through a third party, and now you mad at a story that was told. Well, if you were listening and supporting, you would have heard the full story, and if you were even supporting further than that, it wouldn't have been a story to tell in the first place. I'm always stand on that. But whatever, I think people live in their own truths because it's easier, and that's why they won't have certain conversations and come out of certain spaces in order to truly be friends or family, as they may call themselves, and I don't think that people should ever worry themselves with that. And he would have known. Had he listened like he said he did, he would have known. Because he even told me, yeah, I know about the house and I know about all of this. I said, how you know? Who told you? I watch all your stuff. Now, he don't know I be in the Instagram. I see my story on red. You know when it ain't been read. Like, I've seen it. So when I said that, I said, nah, you don't watch it from your page. It just got quiet. He didn't respond to that. And I, but hey, I let people be who they are. I told you, Nate, we were talking about this off air, and I think we can get more into this on Patreon as well, but I don't have a problem forgiving people. That's always been fairly easy to me because I never wanted to be the person that's running around angry about something when someone else is not even caring or thinking about it. So I have to forgive you. But the trusting you again part, that's my struggle. And he wants to be friends again. He's like, I completely understand if you can't. And I'm like, yo, my issue is trusting you.
Yeah, it's never the same.
Never. I can't ever trust you again. And this wasn't your first rodeo. So that's that. But I say all of that to say, one of the things he said to me was, you'll never get it. You just don't have my insecurity. I'm not the same guy as you. I don't have the confidence you have. I don't have the faith in myself that you have in yourself. And I make decisions on needing attention and on being insecure. And I don't think it was his way of trying to weasel out of it. I think he was being genuine. Because that's always been our biggest thing. When I would talk to him, I would always try to mentor him. And why do you see yourself like this? Why do you move this way? Why do you think this person is better than you? Why don't you, like, it reminds me of this Gary V video I saw. Gary V, motivational speaker, for those who may not know. Really popular one. And he had like a fan that was in this video with him. And she was like, yo, someday I'm going to be somebody like you. And he was like, you're somebody right now. What are you waiting for? And it's like, that was my thing with him. Yo, someday I'm going to be like you. Someday I'm going to have this. Right now. You're somebody right now. And everybody that you look at and think they're somebody, there was a point in their life when they wasn't sure if they was somebody either.
Yeah.
You don't become somebody by just being born somebody.
Right.
You decide, I'm going to be somebody. And that's what Kobe Bryant did in a world where he did it better than everybody else in the NBA, to the point where the world stopped when he died. And as much as I love the love, he will never see it. I'm sure he got his share of love. But truth tellers, people who go to bat to want you to be the best version of yourself the same way they want the best for themselves, they don't usually get to smell the flowers. And it's wild how when you look at Kobe's career in locker rooms and different places, he didn't fit. He never fit in anywhere. When he would get to a team, Kobe would be at the workout at 6 a.m. trying to figure out why nobody else was there because the workout didn't start till 7. But they walking in at 7:10. He didn't fit. He never tried to fit. So I'm saying this to anybody who feels like they don't fit. It's because you're not supposed to. I've beat myself up for years for not fitting, to the point where I feel like everywhere I go, I don't fit. I don't fit in friendships. I don't fit at work. I don't fit in my relationship. I don't fit in with my family. I don't fit in anywhere. Everywhere I go, I just don't fit. And all I've ever wanted to do was fit. Until you get to a point when you realize that fitting is not what was in your best interest ever. You were supposed to stand out. You were supposed to be different. You were supposed to stand on business in a way you've never seen anybody else do. You were not supposed to fit. And if no one has ever told you that, well, let me be the first. If you feel like you just don't fit, it's because you're not supposed to. So stand out. Also, another reminder before we get out of here that if you are not a Patreonizer, very good time to become one. We did an interview, and part 1 was just released with a surprise guest who I have not fully announced yet. In fact, should I announce who the guest is since it's out there now?
You might as well.
So if you are a listener of the morning show that I was on and you have followed me throughout my career since then, you would know that when I first joined the show, there was a staff member on the show named Walter. And we had a podcast called Distant Cousins. And at some point, we became very distant people. because of some things that transpired while I was there. And we were both growing and learning a lot. And it was a conversation that I've always wanted to have with him. But truly, I thought we'd never sit down together because of the way that things happened and the way that things went down. I really just didn't want to talk to him for the longest. And the opportunity came up to talk to him, and I wanted to hear him out. And I wanted to see what his perspective was and what his angle was at that time. Because I know we bumped heads, and it didn't end nearly as well as I thought that it should have. And so we had a conversation, very hard one and a very honest one, about what really transpired back then. So, like I said, if you've been a listener all this time, it's a conversation I know you'd enjoy.
The shows. So you have a show on May 7th in Charlotte, June 11th in Kansas City, July 25th in Atlanta, August 23rd in New York City, and September 26th in Dallas, Texas.
Yep, and also currently working on DC. You guys have reached out a lot. I've heard you, so we are now I got a location, I got a venue, and we're in the process of booking DC. And also, I want to book Denver soon. Still working on Denver. Everywhere else, keep reaching out to me because I'm seeing it. And once I see it, then I know, okay, this is somewhere I need to come. But I'm trying to come everywhere. And shout out again to New Orleans. I can't say it enough. I absolutely fell in love with New Orleans. If you've never been, you should go. And yeah, someone may throw up on you, though. So just be careful while you're out there. Watch your movements. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank y'all for joining us another week. This has been great. And stick around, mostly to see if Nate will still be here or not.
Never know.
Never know. All right, y'all. Next week, bitches.
Watch you, yeah. Watch you, yeah. Hey, it's a reflection on yourself, yeah. On yourself, yeah. Hey.